Series Edition LLC. We got a hot mic. Now, the reason why we bring out the hot mic is to give people the opportunity to, or these individuals, not our customers. We tell our customers, when you see a hot mic, just stay away from it because we're not going to answer any of your questions. It's best to email us or call our company number. But this is for individuals who do things that they shouldn't be doing. One of the things I do, besides sell screen paint product, is to out individuals that are doing things they shouldn't be doing. Now, they try to make it seem like it's a kind of a back and forth war. It's not a back and forth war, not even close to it. If this was a war, you'd be crushed. You literally, your armies would be dissolved easily, because judging by our technology, our tests, our demonstrations, and everything we've done, and we've been here quite longer than both of them. We have more experience, more knowledge, and we have 10 times more, actually 1,000 times more technology and tests under all our products, where they don't match us in any way whatsoever. So I have no idea why they think that they're on our level, but they're not. All right, so the fellow here by PARTAY. I told you at the end of the day, I can't say things without proof. Over here we have proof. These are emails. When I say he's very unprofessional, one of the things you never do in business is, even if you're hot-tempered, you learn to keep your emotions at the door and you walk in as a professional. Never ever snap, curse, carry on, send emails, text messages, none of that stuff will get you in trouble, because this can come back and bite you in the face. On this document we have here is an email from PARTAY ranting with his email attached to it. Facebook information, Instagram information, and his website information from Squarespace directly on this email. This email, I told you, later on in time can come back to bite you in the face. If you're even mentioned, anything comes up, we can post this as do not do business with this individual. Jamie, you got emails on this account right here. Multiple canceled orders. Not only multiple canceled orders, but curse words on the receipts. Just laid out being nasty. Bad idea. Any form site that we pop into and they say, hey, has anyone ever done business with this guy? We can say, hey, we have. We ordered his product and he cursed us out in receipts. It's right there. It's not a lie. It's right there. Sent them over. So this is why you don't do these things, because these things can come back and bite you in the face. From my research on people who do screen paints, there's only 2 of them since I've seen so far who has been studying these tactics of basically just doing everything unprofessional. It would be PARTAY, which he doesn't deserve the name, because I told you he doesn't own the rights to the name. As a matter of fact, while we're here, let's go over to the copyright office. Pop over to, let me see, I think copyright records. Do we have microphones in here? No. Copy. Check them automatic, because we're in here quite a lot. Copyright record search. Before I make that statement again, maybe he got it copyrighted, maybe got it in a different name. Who knows? All right. Go into a record search. Let's show up back to this copyright. Juice. I'm not even in here. I like to be 100% sure when I do stuff. No, I get correct microphones. Hey, 2 sets of mics here. We use one in the next room. All right, cat's in there complaining because his music isn't on. Likes his music on in the next room, and he's complaining. So we'll get that taken care of. All right, make sure we get this right. We want to put in copyright records. That portal is just going to take us to this portal right here, because you have to go in this records right here to get that information. Portal within a portal. I tell you, when I had to file for our copyright infringements against fellow Jamie, who went in and basically violated our copyrights, man, that document is something else. I learned to do it now, so I can do them over and over again. But the first time you do it, oh, you never forget. All right, this right here is a search page. You can go in here and you can punch in anything you want into this search page, and this will bring up your copyrights. If they're real and they're on record, if they're legit. Let's go with, let me see. Not there. Let's try it this way. Something I'm looking for, I'm digging up something. There we go. This is what I needed. All right. So we changed this name to Pro Cinemax LLC. Let's dig up something here. You gotta stop using the Pro. You're using the name. I don't know if you got an LLC. I can look into that and see if you have an LLC, if you're registered, because it will show if you're registered, if you're just faking it. But I don't know why you're producing the Cinemax. It's a house paint. For those you don't know that, the Cinemax is a house paint. It matches Network Gray 773 perfectly. So it's a house paint. On top of that, he still has to get through the tones. Any gray screen paint, including him or anyone, they have to get through the tones. If those you don't know what the tones are Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, all those companies that make these same products that do the exact same thing as all the gray screen paints out there. And I literally will say all. Because again, as I said, when we were coming up, way before these guys ever existed, it was black and white paint. The only way you can tone a paint, you had to add black paint to gray paint, white paint to do this. Now, you can go to Home Depot, Benjamin Moore, and pick up the tones really quick, because I don't like to say things without backing it up. Gray house paint at Home Depot. You see all these different tones they have up here? Every single one of these can match a gray screen paint with no problem. As a matter of fact, I bought PPG. That's what I made the product in the next room. I made that with this right here. This costs $15 a gallon. It would do the exact same thing screen paint can do. And if you want 5 gallons, guess how much it costs? 60 bucks. Yeah, how much do they charge for their products? Way too much. You got to beat this stuff first before you can actually make any money now, gentlemen, because again, this stuff can match you. Whatchamacallit makes a dark gray product. Danny, guess what? Dark gray Glidden, dark gray Glidden. They make it over here, right out of the can, boom, does the exact same thing. You have to be to show that your product is different. If you're not, you're going to be in trouble. For those who would sit there and say, well, what about you, Mr. Bird? Well, what about me at the end of the day? I have tests. My stuff is all tested. You go directly to my black shop at the bottom. Mine are posted directly to the page. As a matter of fact, I'll be dropping those video links in every last shopping cart, so you can go see the videos yourself. If you missed the massive video demonstrations below, we'll be adding that demonstration to all shopping carts today. We back our products 100%. This is my product. This is my page. These right here at the bottom are my black versus black demonstrations. We've been doing these since 7s. That's how long we've been doing them. The whole entire list is right here. We just added the Cinemax Black Mist to the list. It's been added. The Gamer will be added in a few days because I got demonstrations to do on that versus black. These are our tests. Fabric, you name it, we've done it. We've even made screen paints live on camera and painted against our screen, 4 of them. So we've done these tests. Our stuff is backed. I'm going to be adding those links to all the shopping carts. So when you go in, you can see that test also too right there if you don't want to go all the way down here and get it. We also on our page have a test page. We have a demo page of all tests of all products. And then if you go to the more page, you will see another page that pops up that's called a low lumen page. That's where we did all our tests that we combined on that page of 1,000 lumen demonstrations, inside and out. You have to back it up. So let's get back to this right here, what he's calling himself. Now, he changes his name quite often. We've got all kinds of information on this individual of him. He got caught one time doing something, and he basically went in and changed his name. But supporting the Cinemax, can't do that. You have to prove. I wouldn't even put the money into an LLC for a product that is not tested. That's just so backwards, it's not even funny. I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to have an LLC. He might have the right to have an LLC at the end of the day, but the problem you're going to have is that the problem you're supporting with the LLC is not legit, then guess what? The business is not legit. An LLC doesn't make your business legit. It doesn't. Unless you have products that basically can back the LLC. And your product can't back an LLC. I can literally do a video on that about how your LLC does not back your product. So for those who are saying, well, what's the bird? What are you talking about here? All right, let's go over to our Crystal Edge page, our active page right here. This is our Crystal Edge technology page. You see we have our copyrights and all that stuff up front. Let's go over to the blacklist. This is the blacklist. We're going to get to Partay, don't worry. We got plenty of time. Over here at the bottom, these is a whole area about Jamie. Products matching black and white paint, which he made for free. Now he sells them. He actually sells these products now. This is the Network Gray 773. This is Cinemax. This is how close, well actually it did match, a house paint matched this product. So why in the world would anyone, LLCs aren't cheap. I paid for one. They're not cheap. They cost money. So why in the world would you put the money into something that you can't even literally back at the end of the day? You wasted money. That's not a good businessman at the end of the day. That's an idiot at the end of the day. I hate to say call people dumb, but that's an idiot. Seriously, that's really an idiot. It's like putting, well, I guess that'd be a insurance scam at the end of the day if you did that one. But anyway, I was talking another scenario. But you put Cinemax and then you put an LLC that you paid for on a product that anybody on the face of the planet could walk into Sherwin-Williams, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple other green screen paints, and can do the same thing your product can do. That's stupid. That's really stupid. These are the mail fraud. I told you we filed mail fraud charges against the individual. Yeah, I dropped it off. I dropped off the envelope a couple days ago for mail fraud. Because the individual signed his name to a package and sent this down black paint, and these are they wanted proof. Where did we take this at? How do we know we won this? We sent in a document from PayPal showing that we did win the claim, and PayPal has accused him of fraud. So that's it. That's all was needed. So that's on its way. Oh, by the way, Jamie, there will be people showing up at your front door. This will be FBI. Because this involves the government. This is why you don't do this dumb stuff at the end of the day. Warned him. I told him on camera. I said, look, man, when you send this stuff to me, be professional. Do not. I'm giving you advice. I'm helping you along the way. You do dumb stuff, but I tried to help you. I'm giving you advice. Your cronies in the back that support this nonsense, that are laughing in the background and hyping you up, are they going to be there to help you with your court costs? Are they going to be there to help you with that lawsuit? Are they going to be there to keep your butt out of jail? No. But you listen to these idiots, and they went in there, pumped your heart up, and you sent over black paint. You just committed mail fraud. And the whole thing was recorded and documented. Even the conversation we had with you, I talked to him in his room, on his message board, in his room. I talked to him right on your website. We had the conversation. All that's recorded. All that's documented. So now, when you have to go to court for this, you're going to be sued by the government. You're also too going to be thrown in jail, because this is a very serious offense. And I told you on camera, treat me like one of your customers. Be respectful, because this can come back to hurt you. And now it come back to hurt him. The letter was we got another one to go. He did this twice. So I'm still thinking about whether I'm going to send the other one next. But you're looking at serious jail time now. So this right here is a package from Jamie. The whole entire transaction was basically documented. He signed his name to the package on a United States Post Office. When we get back to Partay, but I want to show you this because, again, you know I don't like to talk about things without backing them up.
You're lying, Jamie. We got plenty of videos over here of you doing things you're not supposed to be doing.
Warning them.
Get the damn coffin for you. I told you I got enough evidence to shut your site down. And that is showing us ballistic. The pictures and carrying on where you've been acting up.
All that stuff you've been doing on your site, when we go on there, flashing pornography, all that stuff, all that evidence is going to be used against you in court. The next couple of months coming up as we start filing more paperwork against this individual, there are criminal charges for death threats. There's all kinds of stuff. That fellow showing up at your front door to serve you gave you a bit of a understanding how the real world functions and works. If you have no reason, we posted your information because you needed to see this, because you're extremely hard-headed. You do not listen. I sent you from an attorney a cease and desist order, or desist increase order, whatever we want to call it. We sent it to him. He can never say when he goes to court, I never got anything from this guy. Oh yeah, we did. We sent it to you. As a matter of fact, in that order, you were given 5 days with permission to contact me directly. The number was right there to reach out to me. So we can resolve this issue without it coming down to this. Did you listen? No. Kept on carrying on. The attorneys said you could contact them. Did you contact them? No. Didn't do any of that. You'll be getting another one of those too, by the way. I'm trying to give you chances, but you don't want to take them. So this right here, your package is on here. I have a friend of mine who works for the United States Postal Service. He saw this, he started laughing. He said, is this guy retarded? Sorry to say it that way, but that's how he said. Who is dumb enough to commit this kind of dumb nonsense and sign your name to a package? This is the video that was sent over to him in a flash drive. Now, to me, he thinks it's funny. He thinks it's funny. We're doing a business transaction. I send you money out of my account to pay for something. And you go in and you basically send me black paint. Not only that, he punched a hole in the side of it so it would deliberately leak. That's even more problems you got yourself into for that. So clearly, in order to prosecute somebody in post office mail fraud, you have to show hardcore evidence that they deliberately committed fraud against you. We already have that. That's right here. Then you have to prove that they used the United States Postal Service to commit the act. It's right there. There is his United States Postal label, packaging, and there his name rating on the, he wrote his name on the package. That's an open and shut case. That is so easy, it's not even funny. That's why the guy at the post office started laughing about it. He said, wow, that's easy. That is so freaking easy. Usually people have to fight through these things because you have to have a lot of freaking evidence to prove this, but that is like open and shut. So that's been submitted already. This document's been submitted already. So you will get a visit by FBI because they have to. This doesn't involve police, none of that. This involves FBI now. I had so much stuff on Jamie that all would have to do was go down and just go into a courthouse and I could file all kinds of lawsuits against him for things he's done in the past. Taking pictures of me and putting my head, you can't do that. You need my permission to do that. I can take you to court for that, which I'm going to do next week. The 2.0, that has a batch number sitting on top of it. We test that product before we shipped out and had a customer back in the product. What did you do? You went out, got the product, we got proof of sale receipt and your signature where you signed for the package. You went out and you basically tampered with it and try to make it look something it's not and try to slander the product. Getting sued for that too. Don't do dumb stuff. Just came out of court last 2 months ago. Just came out of court to sue file a lawsuit against somebody. It's not a joke in there, man. You think it's a game. It's not a joke. And Jamie knows it's not a game. Because you know why? When the process server came to his front door to serve him, Jamie didn't even come to the door. He sent his wife. He was in there. They knew he was in there. They heard him. But he sent his wife. to pick up the document. And even she was scared to take the document. You know where they put it at? They put it in the door. That's all they had to do. You're served. Now, the next ones that come through, the next ones we file for the process server in California. I talked to this guy. Me and him now are become good friends. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to make it, got advice. Next time we file those forms out, make sure they go to anyone in the house over the age of 18, which means now you have put your wife on that list, because these guys are pretty aggressive. They're not going to hurt anybody, but they're going to basically pop up at your job, pop up at your restaurant, pop up at a hair salon, anywhere. And now she's involved in that. And I don't think she's too happy about that. I guarantee you, bar none, people, that when that process server stepped up on that porch to serve this guy and his wife saw that, I guarantee you she flipped. I guarantee you she flipped. We're getting sued, copyright infringements. Because remember, when you're married, you both take that hit. I'm pretty sure she's upset, but she's going to be a lot upset after this. Jamie, this may get you a divorce, because the paperwork that's coming up, that's being filed right now, it takes a while to get everything done, but the paperwork that's being filed right now on you, when those process servers, when those FBI agents come upon your door, your wife is going to divorce you, because she has an option here. She divorces you and walks away from you. She doesn't get hit with any of this stuff. You do. And that's what's going to happen. I told you, warned you. That's why Silent Wake 5 removed all his videos, because it got real. Jamie talked all this trash, hyped all these guys up. I'm not going to be touched. You can't do this. You can't do that. When you remember, you kept running your mouth talking about, oh, when is the CCB going to come? When is the CCB come? Well, they did come. They came right to your front door, and you hid like a coward. You hid and had your wife come to the door. So they took pictures of everything. They know where you live at. Now, the fact that you flashed my address, I don't care about that at the end of the day, but the evidence that we have behind you of terrorist threats and things that you have done, now there are criminal charges being placed against you for you doing that. Now, you can sit there and say, well, he flashed mine. Dude, you have a lawsuit against you. I don't have any lawsuits against me. I don't have any criminal charges, none of that at all, period. And we can show at the end of the day that you are a potential internet troll. We have enough evidence to stack it. There you go. That's the mail fraud right there. And that was sent to the United States Postal Service, the legal department, clearly showing you our transactions that we purchased from PayPal, and even PayPal verifying that he lost his claim due to the fact that they considered it to be fraud. You need to get yourself an attorney, a very, very good one. That's just one of them. Now, this one right here was bought by a customer purchaser. He had no idea this was coming to us. This one did have paint leaking all over the place, but the product was never tampered with. As we go down here, second, this is Silent Wake 5. He's going to court also too. Very serious charges. He basically made a fake receipt, did a fake unboxing, slandered our company on YouTube, took his pictures right next to the receipts on the thumbnail. And then we watched him in the demonstration remove every video because he got caught. Do you know how much jail time you can get for committing fraud against a company? You can get some time out of that. So he's coming up soon. He'll be coming up in December. That's the reason why he went in and basically removed everything off his channel, because when Crow got hit, he was like, oh shoot, this guy's dead serious. Oh, we're dead serious. I was telling you this. Gentlemen, if I don't get around to doing this, it's because I'm trying to give you a chance. We gave Jamie plenty of chances. It went on for like 5 years or something. Plenty of chances, man. How patient can a person be at the end of the day? All right, we're gonna get to Danny. This is the gunmetal. This is another second post office fraud. This is sitting in my desk right now. I can send this off right now. Right now, I can go to the post office and drop this off if I choose. But let's see what happens from here. This one right here is when we basically recorded the shopping cart before we were actually placing the order. This is the color of the paint that we were supposed to receive. This is the color that Jamie sent to us. So it shows that at the very last minute when we bought the product, when Jamie had shipped it out, and I clearly say in the demonstration that the reason why we're recording this, because we think the person who's selling us the product is going to change out the color at the last minute. and send us down something completely different. And he did exactly what we said he was going to do. That's post office fraud. And you signed your name again. More evidence. There's your name signed here, here, and also too, you put your, we already have your real address. So yeah. So yeah. And on top of that, even worse beyond this is involving another lawsuit involving the industry who owns the name Frankenstein, because Jamie made money off their name and didn't pay him a dime. They're going to sue you for royalties. You're definitely getting a divorce. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's 100%. You are definitely getting a divorce. I think a woman will sit by a man and maybe in one lawsuit. You got a bunch of lawsuits coming at you. You even dated it and marked my name on it. Put the word Frankenstein. All this evidence locked on you now. Post office fraud, because again, we recorded this before we purchased this, and PayPal saw this, submitted the evidence to us, and we won the case. It was also too, and now again, another slam against them for fraud. There's Mr. Taco on the floor. There's the shopping cart. All this was recorded. All this was documented. Little Jim, you have to understand, I'm not the type of person at the end of the day to get on camera and talk trash. I'm not that type of person. I back up everything that I say. You guys don't. You come on camera, you talk a whole bunch of trash, and you don't back anything up. And then I come out there and do demonstrations and embarrass you. I embarrass you really bad because, again, theories that you had that you claimed that we're not. And then these are the same theories that you made up and these lies and rumors that are now going to land you in court at the end of the year for $1 million lawsuits. Because you're going to have to prove at the end of the day that when you went on YouTube and you printed up labels and you put black paint into a container, that this is how my product is supposed to produce. This is going to be kind of hard to prove when we have our products. Not only do I test my products on black, and I can do that in a courtroom any day, but we have people who have our products on their walls. So how in the world is it possible in your apartment that this product comes up unwatchable, but for every place else it pulls? All right, then that's going to be a problem. And if you can't prove it, it's $1 million lawsuit. And I'm going to ask for jail time because you committed fraud against their company. What kind of results did this come from? Well, Jamie kept doing these campaigns against us. We were receiving death threats, racial slurs, all that stuff is documented. Anybody who was outside of them who sent us emails, your emails are now basically being investigated. They'll be traced. They'll come back to you and you'll be pulled into court. At the end, when we get done prosecuting Mr. Matthew, Danny, Silent Week 5, which will have his real name, all that stuff later on, the rest of you, we have all y'all in court, we sue you and we're done. Then I'm going to come and I'm going to file a conspiracy charge against all of you, showing that you all committed a conspiracy to destroy my work and my company. Now, mind you, some of these emails are pretty bad. These emails have racial slurs in them. They have death threats against my mother, death threats against my cat, perverted stuff in there about me having intercourse with my animal, all kinds of stuff in there. These are not professionals at the end of the day. These are bullies. And this is what they've been doing to me when I've been online. Now, I've been through this for 12 years. Not this, but I've had people that I've had to come against. We've never had to be subjected to stuff like this. People who support this nonsense, there's something wrong with you. But anyway, let's get back to this crap right here. Let's see. This is the Frankenstein. All these are missing. This is missing video, deleted videos. We got videos that are pulled off accounts. He's going to court for this because he claimed to have a 38 Cinemax. And my lawyer is going to require. My lawyer can't stand you, man. He really can't stand you. He can't wait to get you in court. You know how bad it is to have an angry attorney at you? It's not good at all. He can't stand you. He might think about getting somebody else to take the case because he really don't like you. He said you're a very deceitful person. And he's going to personally ask you about the 39 Black Widow. He wants to know where your receipts. He wants to know everything about this. And let me tell you something, Jamie. I know you're going to try to avoid these lawsuits. Criminal charges you can't avoid. You don't show up in court, you'll be served a bench warrant. They'll come get you. They'll walk into your house, your apartment, whatever, and they will come get you. Stuff you don't do. This is the incident with Silent Week 5. So if you may want to check this out. We caught you with fake receipts, but also posting to YouTube right here. This is supposed to be our product. this is also comments that you're receiving about our products after doing a fake unboxing on our products. Hope you don't have anything, because I will be taking it. Fake batch numbers. And Jamie's fake Instagram account, where he basically, this is called identity theft. Another charge you'll be actually also facing, that I also will have the attorneys requesting jail time. Now, I really do believe that there's something wrong with Jamie. I do. I believe that he has some kind of mental breakdown. Something is wrong there. For those of you who are saying, well, that's not, yes, it is true. This man is selling a screen paint on his website with substantial evidence showing that the product doesn't even work correctly, and still he sells it as if it never even happened. So either you have some real serious denial, maybe he has another personality in there, he could be suffering from multiple personality complex disorder. Could be a number of things in there, but whatever's in there isn't right, because anybody at the end of the day who gets caught, I like to back up what I say, who gets caught doing something, the first thing they're going to do is, number one, they're going to try to hide the evidence. That's one. Or they're going to try to make good by coming out, official apologies to customers, guarantee that it's not going to happen again. We're going to fix the problem, you know, the usual. But not keep the product there and continue to sell. A 2.0 Metallica is a free product that the customers can make for free, but he charges his overseas customers quite a bit for that product that they can make for free. So let's get through this real quick, because I still got to get through Partay section. Oh, and I got to print out this email for Partay cursing me out. Where's my printer at? Let me see. I'm going to print this. Let me see. While we're going through that, I got to print this out. Cancel receipts, cancel receipts, cancel receipts. We got cancel receipts because Jamie told me we can buy whatever we wanted. I bought whatever I wanted. This is, gentlemen, we did this to see if you can back your product up. I didn't want your product at the end of the day. You can make your stuff. We did it to give you the opportunity to back your products up, and you couldn't back your products up. This is when he was selling his products for $160. These are the receipts we're pulling out right now. That's why I gave you the, here we go, I'm pulling something up here while we're looking at this. This is going to change in a few minutes. Color changes. It's kind of like this right here. There we go. That's what I want. Let's print this. All right, that's printed out right now on my printer. This is Partay's behalf. Now, you see how it matched? This is why it's just really stupid, and I don't understand why you gave the Cinemax an LLC. Most likely when he does this kind of stuff, it's pretty much to try to prove it to me. I don't know what you're trying to prove to me. At the end of the day, we're not even in the same class, Corey. When it comes to screen paint, right now, if I get done this video, I got to take this mist, stick it in the window, throw a projector through it on the opposite side to see how much light you can basically filter to the back of the screen to make sure that the screen can basically pick up an image on the opposite side. You don't do stuff like that. So we're not in the same category. Took a 1,000 lumen projector and switched it back and forth up on the, yeah, we do all this stuff. You guys don't do this stuff. Here we go. We're not in the same category. Anyway. Their stuff doesn't match house paint. I don't know why you would give something and give it that LLC, and I think he did that to show that, hey, I got a company just like you. Buddy, you match your house paint. This is a house paint match. Look at this. I don't know how, you explain to me how that you're basically have a product with an LLC under Cinemax that matched the house paint that costs probably about $30 a gallon. Bigger question is how much of your stuff can match that stuff. We know because we did the test. We had 3 of the screen paints here. We had the Cinemax. We had the Metallica 2.0 personal mix. Mind you, when we had that incident where the paint came in black like that, one of his customers. That's why I don't say all his customers. Some of them do carry, no, but not all of them. He was very disgusted by what Jamie did because he figured a transaction is a transaction and you do it right. You don't talk to your customers and tell them that we do things by the book and we don't cheat people at the end of the day when you cheat me. Dude, either way, whether you like me or not, you still have to treat me like a customer. Just like when I shipped you the 2.0, I didn't put anything special in the wrapper. I didn't send you any weird emails or none of that. No, I didn't do any of that stuff. What I did was basically treat you just like I treat all my other customers. So for you were a little special, we had to make sure your package came with a signature confirmed, just in case if you violated the batch number, we got to take you to court. That's it. And you did that. You violated the batch number, and now you're going to court over it. I think what he felt because I haven't came at him or didn't no paperwork came to him, he felt at the end of the day that I was never going to do it. I was just bluffing, just talking out of my mouth. That's all I was doing. But when that document showed up at your front door, it shows that we mean business now. So now everything that I promised I'm going to do, you're going to watch it come to your door. Because I warned you. I gave you fair warning. Look at this mess. You got a nerve to call this stuff that you put an LLC next to this mess? Yeah, there you go, precisely. There you go. There you go. And if he sits there and says, well, you know, our product has much higher white levels. No, you can't have higher white levels. That stuff is lighter than your stuff. So that wouldn't even be possible. That paint would actually produce a higher white level. All right, we're done with all this. Because I don't like, if I say something in my mouth, I got to back it up. You know how it works. All right, let's get back to PARTAY. All right, PARTAY's products over here. From what I can count out of the people who make screen paints, these would be the only two who do this kind of dirty stuff at the end of the day. These are the only two. Danny copies off what Crow does or Jamie does. So he copies off what he does. So they kind of work with each other. We've seen you, actually we have recordings of all of y'all on chat, conspiracy talking trash at the end of the day. Those are going to get used against you and some conspiracy charges for court trials, for criminal charges. Gotta be careful about doing dumb stuff like that. Why? Who's dumb enough to get on camera, on YouTube of that, show you guys in a party chat, all talking together, slandering me? That's not gonna go well in court. I told you it's gonna come right to bite you in the face. Let's get to PARTAY over here. All right, PARTAY's name, does he own it? Let's see. Let's go over to PARTAY. Let me see. Let me make sure we just copied out something. People saying, oh, you wrote something incorrect. No, we'll just grab it from here. All right, maybe he owns it, maybe he doesn't. Let's see if he got the permission to use it. There we go. That's the copyright office. All you have to do is just punch in a name, put it right in there, and then hit your enter. Make sure you got this right. There we go. Oh, we timed out on our session too long. Now we just go right back in. It's no biggie. Where is the original office that we're in? There we go. See if we cycle this. And if not, we'll just go back in and do it again. Let's see what happens. If not, we just go back and put it back in. It's very easy to do. There we go. So, if he's in here, he's going to pop up, showing that he owns the right to the name PARTAY. PARTAY has stole just about everything you could possibly think of on his site. He's actually caught him stealing Google Images with Crow. They're both for stealing Google Images. Let me see. Let me go right here to the bottom, right here. So, what we have here, where it says PARTAY, this is the first one that pops up. Unpublished work. Let me see. Could be him. He could have won it. Oh, wait, this is 2023. Yeah, it could be him. Let's see if he has one here. No, it's not his, and I'll tell you why. I want you to look at what it says right here. This is for a type of work, sound recording and music. So that's not his. That's not him at all. Anything here? No, this document wouldn't be his anyway, because this belongs to the guy called PARTAY, who actually lives in, I think it's in London, England. He lives over there. Yeah. So this is his. Let's go check this one at the bottom. Well, this is all his at the bottom. All these are his. These are all his. Let's see the bottom. Here's another one right here. We check out this one. Same thing. Sound recording. So you stole the name PARTAY. It's not yours at all, period. You couldn't even get a copyright for it because somebody owns it. So what they'll do is when you do a copyright, they'll do something called copyright search. This is where they have to search everywhere on the face of the planet. Global search. Costs a little money, but they do a global search to see how many people have your name. And if nobody has it, it belongs to you. And no one else can touch it. Which Jamie is finding out the hard way about touching people's copyrights. All right, let's go over here. All this is music from the fellow Partay. So again, if I say something, I back it up. And here's the next page to this. This is it right here. So he doesn't own the name. Let's see something for a minute while we're in here. Let me go back. Let's try Partay AV. Maybe that will start with that here. Partay. Let me see. That copy and paste all this. Probably didn't know me. Yeah, Partay AV. Let's pull that. Maybe he has it on the Partay AV because he does call himself that too. Let's hit that. See what it says at the top? It says your search found no results. So you don't even know that name. Buddy, I can come in here. Well, I can't do that. I can't literally touch it. Well, no results on this one found. So I can take this. I can literally go in and file right now and take your name, Partay AV, and name it under my company. The only way you would be to fight that, unless you can show that, well, yeah. Would you be to fight it? I don't know about that. I'm going to talk to my attorney about that. But I don't want the name anyway. I don't even be associated to Partay AV because Partay AV means your product is a fraud. I don't want to be touching with that stuff at all, period. I don't even want the name. But if anybody else wants to do you dirty, they could. Okay, let's see. And that would be wrong if he be doing someone dirty. He doesn't own the rights to this at all, period. Okay, so the name is not his. It doesn't belong to him. All right, let's go over to, let's see, the email. All right, Danny, this is why you keep your feelings at the door. Keep them home. This is your email right here. This right here has Partay AV right there. Shows your date when you sent it, right? There we go, sent it to Immerse 4K Cinema. How is it possible that he sends it to Immerse 4K Cinema, but when, what's the guy called, Solid Week 5 called himself doing his, he basically made a receipt to Crystal Edge Technology Screens with all spaces on the email that doesn't exist. I cannot wait for my attorney to get you on that prosecution seat. At the end of the day, I cannot wait. Because I'm curious to see how he utters and mutters when he gets up there and tries to explain to my attorney, at the end of the day, how are you able to receive an item from us that doesn't even exist with an email? All right, so let's go over here. So this is the professionalism of Partay. Title, you better shut the blank up. Make another false claim about me. I can claim about me, reaching out to you. Okay, I will slap your trashy, nasty blank with a liberal lawsuit. Danny, you sent this when? In 2021. Where's my lawsuit? I even had an attorney. The attorney never contacted me, nothing, not a thing. So I think you're the type of person who sends these things out on a random, thinking that people fear you. Buddy, I don't fear you. Do you understand that? So you can get that perfectly clear. No one fears you. But you feel that sending stuff like this, I'm going to get scared. No, I actually ramped it up. I went in and ordered your stuff when you sent it. A lot of your stuff. And I got you to shut your website down several times. Even got you to delay your website from opening up because you're afraid, because we were actually placing orders to get your product down here for testing. Let me see. So he's going to slap a lawsuit on me, call me a trashy, nasty blank, and with a liberal lawsuit. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that one. But we're going to be hunting you down pretty soon. I got a bounty hunter that we're hiring to track his whereabouts so we can bring him in for court. Or investigator, whatever you want to call him. Okay, let's see. Lawsuit, just to blank and do it. All right, so I'm still waiting on that. And ruin your what? He said, ruin your worthless A. This is supposed to be professional at the end of the day. I have more than enough money. Oh, that is good to know. Thank you, because I did send it to an attorney of you bragging about how much money you have. So when I slap you with a lawsuit, what lawsuit is Danny being slapped with? Well, Danny basically did a lot of false advertisements against our products, claiming that our products weren't what they're supposed to be. They were very dark and didn't pull up. So that's one lawsuit. I'm suing you for fraud. Another one, you took a lot of pictures of me and basically made these little puppeteers, just like Crow did at the end of the day, or Jamie did at the end of the day, and I can sue you for that because I did not give you permission to take my face and put it in these weird characters and poses. By the way, gentlemen, that's creepy. That's stalker material. That's you're grown men. Think about it, these are grown men, probably in their 50s, probably around the same age I am, in their 50s, making little puppets out of my face and posting these on the internet. I could sue the living daylights out of you for that. Did you know that? I have all that documented, everything. I've been documented all. So that nice house you got and all that land, I'll be taking it off your hands, don't worry. And you just said you got more than enough money. This will come up in court, so you know this. Emails can be used in court. So I'll also be filing more criminal charges on you because this is called terroristic threats. All right here, more money enough to do it. Still waiting on that one. So try me, Candy A. I did try you. I'm on your page right now. I've been on your page. As a matter of fact, I got receipts that we purchased your product. He got mad because he got outed. That's why he's upset. He got outed because we purchased this product multiple times and he canceled every single order. You know how embarrassing Partay's cancellations were? He canceled so fast. We used, and I told you, the same $160. He didn't even make it to a PayPal dispute. He put that money back in that account right away. We used the same $160 to order all the products. That's how embarrassing it was. Even the samples. You know he had samples? Let me show you receipts of samples. Put the money back in the account. The only smart thing he did was he didn't write dumb stuff on the receipt, which Jamie did. All right, because when you write stuff on the receipt, they call it in court, basically it's personal when you do that. So it shows that bottom line is you have some serious resentment against us, that you would write that kind of nasty stuff on a receipt. I'm a customer at the end of the day. I'm purchasing from you, and this is how you treat me. So right here, all right, all right there. I'll make you spend money you don't have. Now this is supposed to be professional. Test me, and look at the curse word he put in there. You got a nerve to have a pillow behind the back of your saying God bless. Interesting. Let me show you something real quick. Let me go back to this real quick. This is why you gotta be really careful. But have to keep your emotions at home. Bring your professionals to business. That's what you do. And the mistake you gentlemen made, you outed yourselves. These are going to be used against you in court. Let's bring me another document real quick. Now, just to show you, it's the same document. I forgot to print something down there, but I was doing the copy and pasting. I forgot to do this right here. This is the email, and for those of you who want to think that this is not legit, this is my email account right here. That's from his email right there. So you can see evidence right there, and these are canceled receipts from Danny. We call him Danny because Partay is not his. So this is legit because he'll check all this, he'll trace all this. And guess what? You have your original email here. I have Jamie's original email, which has been traced. Both of them have been traced to make sure exactly where that IP address is popping up at. Gentlemen, do you know that any emails, anything you send over us, basically can be traced along the same way? Jamie sent this one too. We got one from Jamie. Basically telling us to buy whatever we wanted. There you go. See right here? Same email. Your information. Very unprofessional. Calling us net false claims. Where's my false claims at? False claims where you don't own the name. It's not yours. So technically it belongs to somebody else. We saw that in copyrights. We saw it right there from the U.S. government. You don't own the name. False claims. Here on your PSP paints, you have made claims that are completely false. when you make statements about false claims. Let's have a look at your page real quick, since you want to make statements about how I made false claims. Hit me with a lawsuit. I'm waiting. Matter of fact, I'll give you today. I've done this one already before. I said step there and give you guys at the end of the week to file a lawsuit. File a lawsuit against me. Go ahead. Knock yourself. Go ahead. Do it. Because you don't want me coming to court. Well, with the evidence I have on you guys. Go ahead. Any one of you. File your lawsuits. Go ahead. My goodness. We'll follow ours. Trust me. It's coming. This right here. Approximate gain. What is that? That's not even real. You said right here, you said false claims. How is that a false claim? Is that real? Can you back that up? So if I take you to court on this nonsense right here alone, can you sit here and tell me that that's real? Can you show the courtrooms that's real? Can you show us, everybody on YouTube, can you show us that is a real thing? It's not a real thing. This right here is not a false claim. It's just basically, he didn't think it through. It's just a huge, massive mistake. He really didn't think it through by saying the product. This is not a false claim right here, so you know that. If he says it doesn't work with ultra short though, it doesn't work with ultra short though, but the problem is you need ultra short though to run rear. You have to, because again, I told you I have screens sitting 6 feet and 5 feet in the middle of your living room. That's gonna be a headache. This is from a person just put stuff on it and didn't really think anything through, so the specification sheet is just nonsense. Painting your screen, that's not a false claim at all, period, because that's your purpose or way of painting. It's a poor way of doing it, but it's not a false claim. Recommended for 2,000 lumens, that's not a false claim. It's a very poor number for a black screen. Black screen should be the pull on a much lower 1,000 lumens. Should be easy on that. So that's not a false claim. This would be your false claim right here. I'm gonna get this back over here so you can see this. That's a false claim. Claiming that if a person paints a screen can vary 0.8, 0.85 can vary slightly based upon application technique, which means you're saying that the same paint can produce a higher gain if the person paints the screen differently. That is against everything. Even just to say it, it sounds stupid. That's a massive false claim. So what happens if I paint it? If it has a reaction that does that, let's just entertain the possibilities on this. Just entertain it. What if you paint it a different way than the way? Do you get another higher gain? So say if I paint it this way, I get an 0.8, but then I paint it this way and I get an 8.5. But if I paint it on an angle, do I get a higher gain? Because apparently when the roller hits this paint and it moves it in different directions, it changes. So what happens if a person's painting it this way, but they do it this way? Do they get both of those gains at the same time? See, that's the dumb stuff. That's what I'm talking about. And yet you're sending dumb stuff like this. False claims. Now, let's see what you wrote at the bottom. This is your information. Happy Projecting Partay. Signed his name to it. Even put down his Facebook. Even put down his Instagram, which I think he disconnected. And even put down his website. Gee whiz Louise. Man, talk about self-snitching at a whole nother level. Doesn't make you look very professional. I'm going to post this to a forum site today. Let's see. Let's grab a cancel order. Let's grab a rare one. Do we have, let me see. There we go. Samples. Used to have samples. We ordered all of those. Every last one of them. Money was put right back into, the account. So all this stuff is on record. All this stuff is sitting here on record. Look. Sent you my address too. So you knew where I lived at. Both of you knew exactly where I lived at. See, Jamie sent that over because what happened was, I told you that we had somebody go and order his stuff. We had to. We can't go buy his products directly. We used to a long time ago when he was doing things somewhat decent, but then he started doing his dumb stuff and just sending us weird stuff. And we had to have other people order it. So this is why I told you at the end of the day, be careful how you speak to people who we do business with, because again, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that on how you carry yourself. if you were going to cancel the order, let's leave this to a side for a minute. If you were going to talk about Jamie, if you were going to cancel the order, then cancel the order and leave it at that. But you cursing somebody out and then cancel the order, that's how you basically, that's how you act at the end of the day. Like I said, if it was me at the end of the day and somebody was doing that, I would just say, okay, first of all, why would I care? To tell you the truth, honestly, I'm not doing that. It's too much work at the end of the day. Because our product works, so I don't care. Yeah, we don't do all that. Someone orders and we even know they're going to commit fraud or do something. We don't go through all of that. On a contact, no. We'll wait till you do something stupid, get a lawyer, take it into court, and you have to basically fight it because they'll sue you. That's what's going to happen. That's pretty much it. I don't have time to be contacting people and cursing them out. That's just stupid. But no, he did that. He actually contacted this person and cursed him out, went off on him, and this person has ties. Now, the people you ticked off on Instagram, that right there was a whole nother story. These guys were really willing to go out there and knock this guy's brains out because if you went there, he ranted like crazy in that room. And these people I knew were coming back and said, who is so-and-so and so? Where does he live? That's the same first thing they said. Because you went there and you got nasty with them. He made a fake Instagram account. He was going there trying, no, I'm sorry, it was Instagram. His Instagram account was trying to convince people that we were scamming people. Like, I'm literally going to sit there and write an Instagram account and put, hey, my name is Kenneth. I'm scamming people. How, really? Seriously? How stupid are you? And then who would do that? There are people who basically embezzle money every day on doing some of the most craziest things. Well, none of them idiots are going to, not saying call them idiots, but none of those people are going to come out and, well, I guess it would be idiots. You're embezzling. But anyway, none of these people are going to make a post about themselves and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, CEO, blah, 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 blah. And I've been embezzling money for years, and this is what I want, and blah, blah, blah. No one's going to do that. These guys are going to hire the most insane lawyers to fight it every step of the way, even though they know they are wrong. So who would do anything like that? That's some stupid nonsense that you thought of, and then you had a nerve to basically put my name down there and say, hey, such and so was doing something's wrong with him. So you went in there and tried to do this. These guys know me at the end of the day. I'm good friends with them. And the guy came back and said, yo, this joker's in here carrying on. He's like relentless, man. He's in there cursing me out and carrying on and this, that, and the other. I need his address. Yeah, people out hunting for Jamie because Jamie did dumb stuff. All right, this mess right here, we can't back that. We know we can't back that up. That's all fake and all that nonsense. And again, when we watched the demonstration with Solid Wake 5, which is the only person he got to do a review against the product, if you notice when Solid Wake 5 painted the screen, it came up a complete different color. Where are we on this one? This is what I'm looking at stuff for search engine optimizers. No, it's over there. Oh, search engine optimizer. I didn't think about doing that one either, too. I'm checking it out, looking it up today, too. Let's grab, let me see. Type in for ours. I have no idea why you would put in. They put the LLC there because you went to show. Look, I got an LLC just like you. Yeah, buddy, that's good for you. But I don't care. But let me explain something to you. Having an LLC next to Cinemax on a product that basically is labeled to match in house paint, not good. You spent money on something that, again, is not going to sell because it matched house paint. I don't care what you stick next to that name. It doesn't make a difference. In order for you to be able to sell with Cinemax, you're going to have to come on YouTube, do a live stream with the original paint that basically took your product down and beat that paint in every way possible in order to convince your customers to give you a dime for your product. This is why you're upset, because no one's touching your stuff. Let me go over to let's see, 100. This is how we do 180-inch screen outdoor. This is us. That's what I got to type in. 180. There we go. Danny, calling yourself ambient light rejection? No, you do not have ambient light rejection technology. You don't even have enough demonstrations for ambient light rejection technology. Having a screen inside, and sitting on the floor and saying, I'm the ambient light king. No. These are ambient light rejection demonstrations. These are outside. Every time we show these off, people get to sit there and go, how the freak do you have a screen that's pulling up at 180 inches outside in the daytime? And mind you, my projector is 43. So 43 has nothing to do with it. I told you about the distance throw and what happens. 4,300 lumens doesn't end at 4,300 lumens when you're outside. It's much lower than that. And like I said, for a screen that doesn't have the capability to pick up, well, it's done a heck of a job here. Ooh, it was the Supreme 8. These were the 8s. Well, these were monsters. I may bring back another throwback 8. It was a good screen. It was an amazing screen. And he was terrified of it. I told you, when you see them constantly doing demonstrations on a product, slandering it, that's the one they fear the most. They were terrified of 8s. 8s were extremely good. Look at that. I'm out there watching Star Wars. And you guys can't even do this in a fully lit environment. I'm at 180 inches at about 17 feet from my screen. Yep. That's cool. That's a good movie too. On top of that, I'm gonna go back and grab something out of here real quick. Now, when you guys sit there and say back it up, I just go to the website. We got tons of demonstrations with demonstrations and links, all that stuff. Am I going to Jamie's page? Oh, heck no. Man, I've been there too many times to count. We got recordings on that page. That page is bonkers. I'm not walking in there. I'd walk on Partay's page any day, and I'll tell you why. Because at least at the end of the day, he can, I hate to say it, but it's true. He does spell better. And even though the stuff doesn't make any sense at the end of the day, and on top of that, he's not into ranting and carrying on and posting pornography and cursing and carrying on. He's not doing any of that stuff at all, period. You got to give him that. But not professional in the email. The email, not professional. This is very, very, very poorly done because this can be held against you. Anytime you walk up on YouTube and say, I'm a professional, no, you're not a professional if you're cursing people out and calling them D-brat. That's not a professional. Let me see over here. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted. We did it live, right? We did do it live. All right, I think we did. Let's find it right here. So we got a recording of the video. Thank God we did because Solid Week 5 in his fear, because I'm pretty sure that when Jamie got served, he went making contact with the people that were doing dumb stuff and say, hey, look, this guy just served me documents to go to court, this, that, and the other. And what did Solid Week 5 do? He removed every video off his channel. We got that recorded too, documented. Thinking that's going to help you. That's not going to help you, man. We got videos of you literally on the blacklist showing you basically doing a fake unboxing. Oh, by the way, I found out that is post office fraud. Because basically, anytime you can't use, even though it wasn't shipped out, technically he faked it, you cannot use the Postal Service in any form of criminal act. And he used a post office box in the demonstration with a post office label, committing an act of, he did, he committed a crime, committed fraud against our company. So yes, you can be charged with post office mail fraud, even though it didn't go anywhere. You can, because you used it. And if you look at when you order boxes and stuff and you click on it, there's a policy that pops up. Read through that and see what it says. So say if you used it and the box in any way, or basically they can sue you for that. Like say if I have Coca-Cola and I have Coca-Cola involved in something pretty bad, like they shouldn't really be there, they could file a lawsuit on me for that. So hey, look, we don't want our product here and there. This is why if you notice when you watch comedians, when they get on stage, and they're wearing a shirt and it's all blurred out, because pretty much probably whatever they're representing or doing, they don't want to be associated with it. And they say, look, do me a favor, blur that out so we don't see it, no one else sees it, and we leave it at that. You can buy our clothes, we love it, but we don't want to associate it with this show. There you go. So you can be sued for that. Guys are doing too much dumb stuff at the end of the day. Where is it at? Let me see. Now, for those of you thinking, hey, you're sitting here, I'm not wasting time. I'm waiting for something. Waiting for that sun to kick up a little higher so we can stick the window up there, because I can't do it right now because there's not enough light. We're at 8 o'clock. That is not going to be enough of an improvement. So I'm actually doing testing after this. Well, not testing, but I'm curious to see something. We're working on that glass projection screen. Oh, that thing is gorgeous. I got somebody getting one. All right, let me see if we can find this guy. Oh, here it is, found it. This is it right here. You thought that was going for good, didn't you? No. This is why we go in and we record their stuff, because they are known for making stuff disappear.
Even this is different from what you would typically see out of a over-the-counter paint. So this is the viscosity of the
That is over-the-counter products. It is.
time live stream. I saw the mailman pull.
Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because Jamie's being sued.
Now, mind you, this is the channel right here. He deleted all his videos. He removed all of them off his account. Not because of this, because Jamie contacted and told him he got served for court. And he got scared. He removed his videos. Good. So you guys know I mean business at the end of the day. But just to let you know, it's not going to help you. We got enough evidence on you to basically prosecute you and send you to jail. So, yeah. If it's your first offender, you might get probation or something. But you are getting sued.
For a few things. One of them is basically royalties. He did not pay the people who basically were.
Polaris, let's put it up to the light. Again, it says it's a dark gray. That's it.
Then he said that the product is
There we have it. Let's check it out. This is Polaris. Let's put it up to the light. Again, it says it's a dark gray. That's it.
Then he said that the product is a dark gray. Keep in mind.
Exactly what I'm seeing here. Looks fantastic. And again, as you can see, it is very thin. It is very.
So what you're seeing here, see this right here at the top? Whatever he has is at the bottom. It's kind of powder or whatever, it's settling at the bottom. Even when he shakes his stuff up, it doesn't even change. When you put the knife in, he's turned it, he's swirling around. You can see the swirls, but it just wasn't, whatever it wasn't gravitating or locking on to the other. It just was, they weren't marrying together. That's a better term. They weren't marrying. It's like a separation. It wasn't marrying. So if he stuck something in there and he stirred around and put it up, you just saw the residue at the bottom. That's what came up. Maybe when he shipped it, it was this color, but when it got there, it became that color.
Very thin. Just so you can kind of see the consistency of it. So again, even this is different from what you would typically see out of a over-the-counter paint. So this is the viscosity of the.
That is over-the-counter products. It is.
It's not over the counter. It's over the counter.
Product itself. So again,
Danny, let me explain something to you. All right, I don't have a degree in chemistry, but I do have friends who have a degree in chemistry. Right, and they are saying that if you made this stuff from scratch and it's not an over-the-counter product, then that means you shipped a hazardous material that's untested through the United States Postal Service, and it's considered very serious problems for you at the end of the day. So when you ship chemicals from, they're already products that are already tested. They have safety material data sheets on it, all that stuff. But if you design something from scratch, it doesn't have anything to do with anything over the counter, and you made this from the ground up, as you claimed, this could get you in a lot of trouble.
using a paint can or a sprayer, a paint can. But here's the
That's what he said.
That's the color of it.
No.
Now,
actual.
these are the videos that used to be on this channel before he deleted the channel. We also can blow this up, Solomate 5, and show you where you basically were slandering my product too on top of that. Well, that didn't go well, did it? Oh, wait, here we go.
No. This,
Everything is pretty darn smooth here to the touch. Everything's dry. Everything looks good. It looks like a good panel to me. And you saw how difficult it was. So why? I want to deal with the glue underneath and stuff like that. So I just left it on there. So that's not anything to do with the paint. That's the panel. I did that.
So the problem we have here, this is the color here. And this is the color here. We have two different colors that just popped up. What's going on here, Danny? I got an open mic here. You can pop here anytime you want to talk. That's why I put the mic in open mic. So these guys can come in and explain this nonsense. But y'all don't come in here. So, a question, and I'm going to warn you from the door before you come here and make this. You come here carrying on and acting up, you're already going to be going, you got Court date's going to be coming up pretty soon. Lawsuits are coming in. So be careful what you say. All right, so let's get from here. Anybody else that feels they want to jump on that bandwagon along with these fellas, you can be pulled right in with the lawsuit also. But again, question, what is this? Because this is what came out of the container. And this is where you are, but this is the product here. That's not the same product.
There, like, look, like, this looks not as dark as it is in person. From what?
This doesn't look as dark as it is in person.
Like, look, like, this looks not as dark as it is in person. From what?
Well, the funny thing about it is, when you pulled out the container, you were in person. You were right there. So you would be able to see it, we can see it. You can't get around that. You can't get on camera and lie and say, well, it's the lighting or whatever. No, you can't get around it. It is what it is. He would have lied on every little thing. You just couldn't get around it.
Now, if you look at it right here, it shakes the can up very, very well.
It doesn't take much to get a product that big. Those we took. That's it. And we're done. That's it. It doesn't take much at all, period. So the fact that he shipped it up for that long and it still came out a different color, that's why we call it magic paint.
Sure, Danny explained that. I'm curious. He shipped that can up pretty well. That paint ended up looking the exact same way as if you was painting with water. This is a video showing before he painted the screen. That's the color of the screen right there. That's before he painted it. And this right here is showing when he popped the top. That's the color when he popped the top. Not the same color. And then when he's finally done, let me see if we get this right here. Here we go. Hold on for a minute. I gotta go turn some system on into the next room. Okay, I gotta put my system on in the next room. All right. So as you can see, look, not the same product. Completely different product. As a matter of fact, it looks a lot like one of Jamie's paints. So this is the product here, finished and done. That's what it looks like. And this is the product when he painted it out, before he painted it to the server. Actually, this is the color it's supposed to be. That's not the same color. So what you have here, Danny, you have a product that's untested. And this guy did the demonstration for you. And clearly you can see that it didn't match in any way whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it looks exactly like when you first painted out the screen. There's no change to it at all whatsoever. Products don't even freaking work correctly at all, period. Let me see. I'm gonna go back. Let me get back on for a bit. Oh, it's on classic. There we go. Like my flat screens when I get up. All right, let's get back to this because I got a demonstration to do in a few minutes. So, from what I'm showing you here is the fact that number one, his products are not what they say they are. We watched the guy do a review on the product. He did an unboxing. He said the product was supposed to be professional. He shook it up on camera. And then when you turn around and he paints the screen in, it's not even the same color at all, period. He said it was a dark gray. That was not a dark gray at all, period. He even stated that it doesn't look the way it's supposed to look. And if you look at the before and after, they look both the same. Nothing happened at all. So that shows you this product he has right here. This is the one he would have had. This one would have been the one he would have had right here. It's not dark gray. That right there, watching the demonstration, that's a lie. Sorry, I'm bumping my microphone. That right there is a lie. It's not dark gray. It's whatever color came out of that container, but I don't know what that was. Kind of a mid-gray, that's what it was. The gain he claims when he painted the screen, Solid Wake 5 never mentioned the gain he was painted in. There's 2 gains here. They never mentioned that because that doesn't exist. This is fake. And if you try to click here, it's supposed to give you an example, nothing activates because, of course, you can't back that up. How would you back that up? You can't. So if one product that dark doesn't changes to a complete different color, how much of the rest of it will do the exact same thing? You don't even know. Let me go over here real quick, see if we can grab, let me see, over here, confirm order, confirm, let me see receipts. Those are receipts, 160 bucks from here. This is when PayPal's, oh, sorry, when Danny's product was $160. Right there, 160 bucks that we paid for, PARTAY AV, through PayPal, right there. This is under 160 bucks. Now it's interesting how when you bring a product out and it goes from, it was selling for 160, but now it's 60 bucks. Because it's not worth it. Even he knows it's not worth it at all, period. And Jamie, his product was at $90, bought it to 60 bucks. Should be much lower than that. He matched the house paint at the end of the day, which didn't go well for him because now his product is not worth what it's supposed to be. The personal mix ends up matching a product. This is the personal mix right there matching a product. He has a couple of demonstrations that have gone missing off the account. This one's missing. Let me bring this down a little bit. Just a couple. These are actually missing off the account. He deleted and then caught him in the middle of a demonstration where he basically removed the video on live stream. And this one about the Frankenstein, he claims it's not ambient light rejection. It is ambient light rejection because he made the statement right there in the video, and then had a nerve to go in, docket the title, and say not ambient light. I swear, I feel sorry for your customers. Y'all, they treat y'all like y'all idiots. They do. They treat like y'all got to be stupid. Y'all go in there and y'all back this guy at the end of the day, and they treat y'all like y'all are freaking idiots. Sat there and did a video and said the title, ambient light rejection, and then turns around and changes it to not. Like you gotta go, oh gee whiz, you changed it to not, so that means that it's not. He literally says it in the video that it is. Page, go to the home page. He has the information on the home page. Now, like I said, Frankenstein's not ambient light rejection.
It's more like ambient light rejection paint.
Ambient light rejection paint, that's pretty much you
Speakers
said,
right
right?
off in the, huh?
Ambient light rejection paint.
Frankenstein next to here. It's more like ambient light rejection paint. And
Now let's have a look at the color of the paint when you apply it.
So right here he has on my container, he says, this is Crow right here, not ambient light rejection paint, right? But in the video, when we ordered it, right? Because we ordered from this video is around 5 years. It says it is ambient light. Now let's look at the color when he paints the screen down. Bet you haven't seen this demonstration in a while, have you? Yeah, we got copies of all of these. These are missing too. Oh, it says it's ambient light. Let's see the color. Is it going to be the same color we have here? No, it's not the same color we have here. This is the color we ordered in the shopping cart when we recorded our shopping cart transaction. That's what we ordered. That's why he lost his PayPal claim. He lost his PayPal claim because it shows that he changed out the item at the last minute. Not only that, having evidence showing proof that we basically recorded the shopping cart and what we were ordering. So he was so terrified about it. This is what the original Frankenstein looked like before he changed it. He didn't change it for you guys at the end of the day to say he gave you a better product. He changed it for us. So that way he can send over a product that could match the gunmetal technology we had downstairs in the basement. He literally thought they were the same color. The reason why the gunmetal looked lighter was because the gunmetal technology was under all that lighting. It was actually much darker. Ooh, man! I get tired of embarrassing you guys. This is unbelievable. Let me see right here. But we noticed something too. The product you sent over is actually one shade off from a UB. We know how to make UBs, so that means we know how to make a Frankenstein too. Now, when he went into a rant about how with the Frankenstein, because we got our money back, because we're going to send the product back, PayPal said throw it in the trash. Don't even bother with it because there's a history on Jamie at PayPal. Jamie is in the process of losing his PayPal account. There are other people besides me that have filed complaints about his products matching house paint. So he has some problems besides what we're coming at him with. There's other people that basically file complaints against him. One of the things in this one right here, you'll see that they actually look exactly the same. This is the UV mix and the Frankenstein. Now, you see that darker version right there? That's a gunmetal. But what he did was he thought that, because we were going to put his product against the gunmetal, the Frankenstein, he changed it to the color, tried to change it close enough to the color we have downstairs. And that's why he basically wanted to manipulate the shopping cart and did all that, because in the claim against them for the Cinemax, when he sent them down a black paint, one of Jamie's statements was that his product always was in black, it was never in gray. This is why we sent him a demonstration of him painting the screen in, and on top of that, recording the shopping cart showing that the product had come in gray, and therefore he lost his claim. Now this one right here, he thought he tried to be a little smarter this time around, and he decided to go in and change the color of it. That way, when we go to file a PayPal complaint saying that it's not the color we ordered, he could fight the claim by easily saying, no, it was always this way, this is the color of it, but you made a mistake. We recorded the transaction because we knew you were going to do this. CJ, I'm always going to be 2 steps ahead of you, always. So we knew you were going to do this. I'm going to show you some of these transaction complaints that Jamie has filed in his defense. It's bonkers, absolutely bonkers. And you do know that PayPal will walk on your website and look through your stuff, because they will. So that's what they noticed. He didn't have any color option on there, saying that there was a black or a gray, and the claims he made were basically dismissed, and he lost his claim. This time around, he decided, I'll change at the last minute. That's why if he files, he'll lose, due to the fact that I can show proof that this was the color. Or he didn't realize that we recorded the transaction of the product before he changed it, therefore showing that he basically changed the color, manipulated, and basically committed fraud by turning around and changing the product, shipping it something completely different we didn't order, and manipulating his website to try to back his claim. I should have been a lawyer. Anyway, he lost. Another one. So when on camera, he was screaming about, go ahead and test it, put it against the product. You're afraid. Dude, they're not the same color. This is a much darker technology. So we throw this in the trash, but he's still running his mouth about us being afraid to order his product. So you know what we did? We placed another order. And you know what he did? He canceled it. We placed the order to prove that all that trash he was talking about, us being afraid, we threw it in the trash, we never opened it, we never tested it. It was a waste of my time at the end of the day to do so, and I was afraid. All right, I'm afraid to do it. I'll buy it again from you. Sent them over more money. You know what he did? He put the money back in the account. Because he knew at the end of the day that it was going to be his product. That is the color of our gunmetal technology. That's why I said your stuff is not gunmetal. It's fake. It's charcoal gray. Your product is charcoal gray. That is the Frankenstein, that's the UB. They're exactly the same. Busted at you on so many different occasions, it's not even funny, Jamie, on how many times we bust you. Look at this. This is me popping the top. This is how dark our gunmetals are. That right there is, look at that, right, well, money. That's what dark gunmetal is supposed to be. That's what true gunmetal looks like. That is gray. That's charcoal gray. That's gunmetal. This is why when we look at gunmetal screens, a couple of them, I'm mistaken them for black screens. I thought Daylight had a black screen. That's when it was so dark. I was like, gee, we got a black screen? What the freak? When we got Black Diamond for the first time, we thought Black Diamond was a black screen. It wasn't. It was an extremely dark gunmetal screen. So the mistake you made was when you sent this over, you thought that this is what he played in his head already. He'll send this over to us. We'll put this against our product, our gunmetal downstairs. It will match, and then he can say, I can make his product. Where you failed at in this one here is we recorded the shopping cart. So even though if you say, hey, it matches, I got a product that matches his, I can do the same thing. And if we file a complaint through PayPal, you can easily go in and say, hey, look, this product always was this color. I don't know what he's talking about. Check my website. You can see it's the same color. If we'd never recorded the shopping cart, he would have had us. But because we're blessed and God gives me knowledge at the end of the day how to do things, I was told to record the shopping cart, which I did. So now when we go in, we have a product that can't match ours and can't be ours. We have a solid claim against PayPal to show we've recorded the shopping cart and this is not the color this product was supposed to be. It's supposed to be the same one we saw in the video. So we lost this claim. Then we threw this in the trash because we knew it was a waste of our time. He went on YouTube and went to a rant and said that, well, he was afraid to test it because he knew it would have matched. All right, then I'll give you some more money. I bought your product again to have it shipped over here to put against the gunmetal technology. And what did you do? You didn't send it over. You canceled my order, gave me back my money, and made an excuse by saying, "Oh, we don't deal with scammers." Yeah. You gotta pack your stuff up, buddy. All right, I'm trying to be killing this. We got enough time. We were at almost 9 o'clock. This will be perfect because sun will be out and put my screen here, do the demonstration because I got to do that for a customer. He wants to know if he can set this in the winter. Also, I'm kind of curious myself too, on top of that. Next time I go over to the other place, I'm going to do something outside in their parking lot because I'm curious. I'm going to see something real quick. I'm going to just set something up in their parking lot and do something out there. Now, for those just saying, how come you're not on set at the other place? Because that place is under construction. Did you see all the cables and wires? And they're not even done, and they're still working on it. So it's a project on it. They're actually building. It's amazing because I get a chance. I met the chef and everybody in there, and I'm actually watching them build this building. And their stuff is going to be incorporated. This is not like a place already done. This place is actually being built. Last time I was in there, tons, and I met the electrician. There were tons and tons of wires everywhere. I didn't realize, I know they wire buildings up, and at the end of the day, but gee whiz, to see it in person, it's impressive. I saw the, what do they call that machine that sucks all the smoke out? Can't think of it. I saw them installing those huge massed up units in there with all the pipe and everything. Oh, it's insane. It's insane. And the kitchen, when we first got there, the kitchen was actually crazy because, you just got the place. The chef that went in there, man, that place is organized. Oh man, yeah, I'm definitely good friends. The chef is cool as I don't know what. So they said anytime I want, I can walk in. You know how crazy it is when you can walk into a popular establishment. Doesn't mean everybody in that area is talking about that place. Every place we went to Home Depot to go pick up supplies, everybody knows this guy. And they were talking about they can't wait for it to open up. So we had people that were trying to walk up in the building, and they had to turn them away because it's not ready yet. There are people waiting for this. So it's going to be crazy to walk into a popular place like that and knowing, hey, that's my technology over there, and there's my screen over there, and that's our stuff over there. And I got free roam, which means I can basically walk in because I know the owners. I'm doing a partnership with them. I can walk in and sit back there with the chef and have a sandwich, or basically go up front and get a close seat to the bar because I know the people that run the place. That's amazing. Now I got constant contact with him. I'm never going to abuse that privilege by saying, hey, I know the owner, so and so and so. I'm not doing it because it's a business at the end of the day. That's what it is. But it's just fascinating to be on that level. And then when I go in there, people say, well, the trolls will sit there and say, well, how come you're not in there every day? Can't be in there every day. They're doing construction in there. Building, what's it called? Huminator? It's something that they're using, but they're in their building. So they brought me back in again to look around and say, hey, look, we haven't been ignoring you. We're just, this is what we're working on. I'm like, gee, this is insane. Because I thought at one point, they were ignoring me. But again, that's me being anxious. And I'm walking like, gee whiz. I was watching all the wires going like, wow, this is crazy. He said, yeah, we've just been so busy. That's basically about it. But we haven't forgot about you. You're going to be in here. So I'm looking at all the stuff that they're going to be installing in, and what they're asking. They changed the plans, but we're still going to be in there regardless. So we're doing the ceiling, we're doing the fish tank screen, we're doing 2 windows. Oh, they like that technology to be able to watch the image at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. The image was just pushing through the glass. They definitely want that in. We're doing a couple of the tables downstairs, probably about maybe 10, maybe 20 tables, I don't know, downstairs with the projection. That's when I was in there testing the projection on the Pico projector on there, see how that would react. Floors, we're gonna do a couple floor displays in there. They have an office area that they're putting in. They want those black screens put in there because, again, those screens can pull up in fully lit environments, as you can see when we're at the other place. You know, so yeah, we're good. We're definitely good. And then we're gonna have our stuff in there and have this massive contract. It's gonna be freaking amazing. I can't think of the name of that machine. All right, let's see, covered all that. Let me see, I'm gonna get one more, and then I should be good to go with the other stuff I gotta do. Let me see, here we go. This is my personal favorite. So after we basically got information on why I found out about the videos, pretty interesting, is when Jamie is buying 2.0, he contacts me. I don't know why he would contact me at the end of the day, because you don't need to call me to buy paint. But if you're going to ask me questions and stuff and you're building something, I can understand that. But not him. He's not building anything. So he contacts me because he has me in a YouTube stream and he wants it on recording that I'm going to ship it to you. Jamie, I'm not you at the end of the day. I don't do that dumb stuff. I'll ship it right to your front door with a signature confirmed, which I did. But anyway, he contacts me, and this was a downfall for him. This was a huge downfall for him. And I'll tell you why. In the conversation, he agreed to do the demonstration skins, digital and crystal screen paint. He didn't do that at all, period. He also agreed, he also told me that. I asked him about the Network Grade 773. Did you do those tests? And he said, yes, I did 2 of them. I said, fine, okay, because I wasn't even thinking about them. So we went down, we found the demonstrations. These are the demonstrations we found. So you had them up there for at least about 4 months. So 4 months, those videos were floating around. You had them up there convincing people that your product didn't match this product. And we come in and look at this and go, no, you matched this at the end of the day. And then he pulled the videos. He pulled the videos because he knew he matched the product. It's interesting how people go through denial. They'll basically look at something and say, yeah, it's definitely not matching the product. And I'm pretty sure he bought it before family, because what you do, you bring it for family and friends and whatever, stuff like that, and you say, does this look the same to you? I mean, honestly, look the same to you? And I'm pretty sure family sat there and said, yeah, they look exactly the same. And people, when you tell them stuff like that, they get angry and upset. I'm pretty sure you got mad at some people. They want to speak or talk to them. I'm pretty sure your wife probably sat there and lied, because that's your wife at the end of the day. She's going to support you no matter what, or not in that situation. Lawsuits, I don't know about that. That's a bit of a hairy one right there. But other than that, with that, yeah. But everybody else told you the truth. And then when you realize these we're telling you is the truth, your product is matching, you finally go in and remove the video. Why would I remove something when I know I'm 100% right? If I remove it, that makes me, at the end of the day, tell everybody that I'm not right. And that's what he did in the middle of a live stream. Now, he thought it'd be funny to basically pull the video in a live stream. But no, buddy, you don't do that. And then I can see if you pulled it and then put it back in, but he never did. It never came back at all. As a matter of fact, these should be posted on the website. Technically, these are called gray versus gray. That's what it's called. So let's go here. I'm gonna get it right to. Let me see. Try to do things by the book. Wait, this one, he was painting the whole. Yeah, supposed to. He's painting the whole thing in, right? Yep. Just about. You didn't notice too, in the background, he had a light back there, did you? He had that light hitting the screen. He had a light hitting the screen where the network gray was at, because he was trying to wash it out. That's why we noticed in the video there was this bright spot popping up in the middle of the screen, and then all of a sudden it went the normal color, because he was shining a light right here to try to wash out the screen to make his product look good. See right there? Guy does so much dirty stuff. It's not even funny, the dirty stuff that he does. Does a lot of dirty stuff. Look at that. And it's still not helping, because it's still matching. That's even worse. When you have a light there trying to wash out the screen and it's still matching, gee whiz, that's not good at all. That's 250 big screen. So here we go. Now, if you look at the date on the video, this is the one I went missing on a live, right in the middle of a live stream. This video was there for 4 months. 4 months. And you know what's sad about this? Look what the bottom reads. Don't believe everything you hear. That's an interesting statement to put there, especially when somebody just removed the video off their account in the middle of a live stream because they basically got upset. Now, you know why he removed the video? I'll tell you why. Because we asked Jamie a simple question. We say, hey, look, if you're proud of these videos, how about you post these videos directly to your website so everybody can see them? If you feel that your product is different from house paint and you're showing a massive difference, then post it to your website so everybody can see it. So we had the other videos that were already copied, but we narrated on them. So I went back to get his video, to send a link over to him where we're talking to him on his site. Can you post this to your site? And he went in and deleted the videos. Did he bring them back? No. Now, why would you delete videos that you're supposed to post to your site so everybody can see them? Because you know that the videos are basically fake. Video and change the title to this video. Forgot about that. There were 2 videos here. So basically one video is gone and he changed the other video. One of the videos walking around with the red hoodie on and everything that exposes him the most, that's missing. That was removed. We couldn't find that one. We wanted to get the other video to send to him. This is the second video that has the same post as the first video. You were on camera. We had the original. So you explain to me how we have a video over here showing you on camera displaying the screen paint, talking all this craziness, but yet over here on your channel, it doesn't exist. Where is it? Oh, let me do something real quick. We got 2 pieces over here. I keep forgetting we got these machines here. I'm gonna go over here to the black lights on this side. Now, for those who are saying, hey, but this is all supposed to be about Partay, you can't help talk about one and not the other. They both the same. These are only 2 people who do this mess. Anybody else that sells screen paint products don't do this mess. They don't lie in the specifications. I read through a bunch of them yesterday. They're very upfront with their stuff. These guys lie on so many levels. It's not even funny. Half of the idiotic, dumb stuff that I hear come out of Partay's mouth is unbelievable. You know, watch that video of basically him explaining the science behind his product. We just sat there and watched the guy who couldn't get the paint come up the right color. And then the range gain nonsense is a complete hooey. We all know that from the door. There is no way in the world that's going to happen. I've never heard of that before. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post it on my site. I'm just going to basically go up there to one of the forum sites and say, hey, I figured out how to basically do range gain. And so many people laugh at that comment. Matter of fact, I put a survey up there. Well, I forgot, I got to build a blog. Yeah, I'm going to put a survey in my blog. That's what I'm going to do. Because if we put a survey in our blog, we can go in there and basically, people are not going to go in there and say, oh, it works. Yeah, don't do that, because then they make yourself look like an idiot. How many people believe that you could paint it? Yeah, we definitely got to put that up. Because that's impossible. You know what I heard? I heard that even though it's Christmas, if you put an Easter egg by your chimney, the Easter bunny will pop out. But if you put a Christmas tree up there next to your chimney, then Santa Claus will come down. That's just stupid. You believe in that, you believe in Santa Claus and everything else. Where are we at on this? Here we go. This is the one right here. Good gracious, people. Good gracious. Good gracious. Let me see if we need the other one. This is the first one. That's the first one. Here's the second one. This is the second one right here. There you go. All right. Video here says Crow Cinemax Mix versus SW Network Grade 773. And it's supposed to have our product up here. And then the video here, which is the original one, says the exact same thing. You can't have two videos with the exact same name because the problem is that YouTube looks at it as a duplicate. And they basically will ask you to remove it because you can't have the same title. So they're both at the same title. That's how we know he went in and changed that video, got rid of this one, and changed it for the lesser of the two evils.
This is the only thing that's coming up. And it's still
He's still
not
matching.
doing you any good. It's still not helping you out. Because in this video, the video unavailable. Oh, we can't make it up. We can't make it up. We can't make it up. Busted, you scammer. You're nothing more than a scammer. And yet keep getting busted. Can't make it up. He removed the other video now.
Live stream.
Remove
the video.
Can't make it up.
Who freaking removes the video? If I got a product, this is like my black versus black demonstrations. I'm not removing those. Those things will be here after long after I pass off this earth to be here. That backs my product up 100%. We don't match any form of black paint, any black surface. That's definitely going to stay there. Why would I remove that? I wouldn't remove that for anybody because that backs my defense. Yeah, there you go. All right, how much time are you putting? Oh, wow, we put some time in this. We ain't going to put time in this. This is fake. Let me get this off my freaking monitor because this is just fake. Yeah, man. And Danny, I know you're upset because, again, we did trace some of your emails and this did come back to your address. So, again, very, very unprofessional. This is why I say this is a person you don't do business with because he's, again, very unprofessional. This is how he carried himself. Curse this out because we went in and we ordered 2 of his products. And that's what he came in with that nonsense. So I went back in and finished the job. I've ordered all your products. I ordered everything on his website, including the samples. And we got the money put back on our account because he couldn't ship it to us because he knew at the end of the day, number one, he didn't want to give up that address. And number two, well, actually, number one, the product doesn't work. And number two, he didn't want to give up the address. But this right here, this stuff doesn't work. You don't know what color it's going to change into. It has a range gain attached to it, which doesn't make any sense. And for a person that says falsely accused, let's go to About Partay. Here we have the gymnasium. You haven't removed this yet, have you? But you should remove this because this right here is, there's no screen in there. There's no screen in there. I'm going to stick this right in here. I just want to put this in here. I would delete it out anyway. We'll just put it in there. We'll just delete it out anyway. Wait a minute. What the freak? That image came off Facebook? Hold on a minute. What the hell was that right there? Also, too, I want to save this image. Let me save it here. But I want to do something for a minute. What is, what's the source for this one? Source the image. This is a source on the image right here. This is a church. It's not a gymnasium. It's a church. That's what it is. He put down Partay's Gymnasium Life Center install. It's a church, not a gymnasium. So what he did is he went in, he stole the picture, put the image on his page. We talked about this already to make it sound like he actually has an install in there. And there is no install in there at all, period. Here we go. I'm gonna open this up. So this is a church right here. Now, again, when I walk into buildings, the first thing I have to do when I walk around is to see where we can put a screen at. What can be moved, what can be changed. There is no place in here to put this screen at. There's no place. At the top, I would guess these are windows for whatever is going on back here. These are speakers they have here. The church is on a curve, so you can see how the seats are going this way, so it's on a curve. They have the lights up here at the top, right here, so we know the screen's not going there. If they bring down a screen, how big a screen would have to be? They're from here to here, and where it's sitting at, it would land right about there, which means anybody here would be too close, and anybody here ain't going to see it because the screen would be behind them. So that's not going to happen there. Behind the back of the podium, not going to happen due to the fact that there are chairs back here. There's plants, there's flags, all this stuff. They're just not going back there at all. And besides, with the preacher sitting here, the problem you're going to have is when that projector hits, it's going to hit him in the face because there's not much room for the ceiling here. You could say they could probably put in ultra short throws, but again, where would you put it at? Because if you put the ultra short throw here, there's a cross here. You're going to move the entire cross off the stage, and that's just too much work. They're not doing that. There's no way anywhere you can put it across here. We got doors here and here. This will be blocking fire exits, so that's not going to happen. See all that stuff they have back here? There's no way in the world they're going to remove this off the wall and all this stuff out of the way to put a projector in here. His screen's nowhere in here at all, period. So basically, he just took this, and this is supposed to be a gymnasium. It's not a gymnasium, it's a church. Did he realize there's a cross right there in the background? I've never been heard a church called a gymnasium. First of all, how in the world would this be a gymnasium? There is chairs everywhere. Oh my goodness, I swear on some people. Make sure I'm right on this. Where are we on there? Gymnasium. There. This is a gymnasium. Danny. Good gracious, you have no idea. When you guys talk, y'all just lie so freaking much. You know I want to make a video on this, right? You know it. I have to make a video on this. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I got time waiting for the sun to come up to go through my window so I can basically do a demonstration. But this is the dumbest thing ever. He called it a gymnasium. I've never seen a gymnasium with that many chairs in it. No. What he has there is a church. This is the actual photo that Google search brings up on this particular picture. It's a church. This is a gymnasium. This is what I'm talking about, the endless lies that they have on their site just deceiving people. He doesn't even know the difference between a gymnasium and a church. Doesn't know the difference at all. I've got to explain this again. If you're wanting our products at the end of the day, this is not the place to go and ask for it. We got tons of information on our site and go from there. This is basically that channel. Hot Mic is open for trolls only. It's open for people to explain the scamming nonsense at the end of the day. Danny, I'm going to come back and press you on this. I am. Now, I can't pass this up. I had to press you on this because you just sat there and lied. You had a nerve to write down from humble beginnings. That page is right there. It's supposed to be going, we're about this and doing better and blah, blah, blah. You don't even know the difference between a church and a gymnasium? What did you say right here in your email about basically false claims? Nobody. It's not false claims that you don't know the difference between a church and a gymnasium. It's not false claim that we just watched Solid Wave 5 paint your screen down and it didn't even come up the color it was supposed to come up at that. It's not false claims at the end of the day when you're sitting there talking about your product is range gain and you got no way to back this up at all. That's not false claims. But if you want to take me to court on this, you go ahead and I'll hit you with a counter lawsuit. How about that? You have 2 weeks to have a court order here. 2 weeks to have some attorney, someone call me. I'll document it, I'll post it. That's to show you at the end of the day how much trash this guy talks and doesn't even know what he's talking about. Let's just check out his video explaining his product made from scratch. Gee whiz. My goodness. This is a gymnasium right here. Partay, let me help you out here. Gymnasium. This is the picture you posted. Church. Gymnasium. See, these are gymnasiums right here. Gymnasiums. You even got gymnasiums where they go back to the different centers, probably 1920s, 1930s in the area. This is a gymnasium. That is not a gymnasium. That's a church. Did you realize that in the image that you call a gymnasium, basically there's a cross on the wall, right? There's not one basketball court in there. There's nothing in there. So where did you get the word gymnasium from? And then you said your install. There's no install. Your screen's nowhere in there at all, period. So I don't know how that would even work. All right, let's get back to his page right here. This is the image that he posted to his page right here. As you can see, it's the same right over here that says church, but he has it at the bottom as gymnasium install. You took that image off of Google, you put it right here, you put your name at the bottom, and you lied. What do you have here? You say you're the PARTAY was the founder. First of all, sorry, this is not your name. It's not yours. It belongs to somebody else. It belongs to somebody in copyrights. It's not yours, so it's not your name. So you can't use that. Was a founder in March of 2017. This fellow came out in 2017. How long have we been out? Since 2008, something like that around that time. So again, yeah, you compared to me, yeah, you would be considered to be, I'm not to be rude here, but you're the noob. Let's see, from very humble beginnings by members of Park and Taylor's family since we created. No, dude, this is all free. I mean, I'm not saying these people aren't real, but this is a lie. All this is a lie. So basically, you went in and you humbly made these products that, one, lies about its game capability, two, doesn't come up the same color. Even when the guy did a review on the product and he wasn't trying to do anything dirty to you, he literally said they're not the same color. It doesn't work. And the other one was it. There was one other range game. I don't know. I figured it popped to me anyway. Oh, this nonsense. Because we caught him several times stealing images off of Google. We caught him a couple of times. But this right here, man, this takes the cake. I think he realized that you probably weren't going to see that church at cross all the way in the back, but there's a cross back there. On top of that, a person who does walkthroughs all the time, guess what? There's no place to put a screen here. Literally, if I had this job to do, I would sit there and go, where are we going to put the screen at? Because there's literally no place to put it. Can't put it here because everybody would be breaking their necks to turn this way. And where they have this huge scaffold where they have the lights over top, that would be hard to do because, again, this is curved. So you got to put a screen up here that's not curved, it's completely straight. And it's not an in curve, it's an out curve, which means when that thing drops, judging about right about here, you're going to land about there. This is going to kill people right here because it's going to be blinded. People in the back are not going to see jack. And again, as I said before, you're not going to put it anywhere in the back because you got a cross right here. You got plants here in the background. Plants can be removed, but they got a cross right here. So they're probably going to take this thing off the wall to run the, that's too much of a headache. Can they run it right here? Then where's the preacher going to stand at? There is no place in here to put a screen, literally. They can put them here, here, and here, but then what about the people down here? This would be fantastic for the people up here. So where are you putting this screen at? Where is it? Where is this install for the screen? Because I'm not seeing it at all. Period. Let's go over to home real quick. If you're doing an install for a church is going to show off your screen. They're going to show it off. That's what they're going to do. Like this. This is their intro page. That's what you would have saw if you did an install. Can't even find any videos on that particular setting right there. There's none. And on top of that, he called it a church. And he's called it a gymnasium, and that's a church. You're a liar, PARTAY. Or Danny, sorry, Danny, I don't call you PARTAY. You're a liar. Nothing more than a liar. Gymnasium. Yeah, okay. You're definitely gymnasium. Do you know people can do searches on your pictures, right? Oh, when people search and say, but they're called dummy labels. We tell you this. Anytime you see a label we put up there and it doesn't have a copyright on it, they're called dummy labels. So if you want to come in here and say, but you do it too, no, they're called dummy labels. When you see our copyrights, we show you a little receipt. Like when we first did the Black Series edition, that was a dummy label right there. I said on camera, when I get ready to show off the documents showing that we have a copyright on it, then we'll show you what the real labels look like. The label we have for the Leviathan, all that, they're dummies. They're not real labels until we get the copyrights, and then that's probably not even going to be the graphic art. We got something probably completely different. This is what you would get. See this right here? This is an official copyright from the United States government. This is what it is. This is for a Black Series edition. They have copyrights on them. Crystal Edge has a copyright sitting on top of it. This is why Jamie got served with that document in his doorway, because he violated that paperwork. We violated those copyrights. There you go. See that? Those are copyrights. So you violate that, you'll get a man that'll come to your front door, give you a piece of paper and say you're going to go to court and you sue for 30 grand. Or if we decide to take it to civil court, then you're talking about 150,000 to close to $1 million. We can sue you for it. Even though you don't have the money, that is a massive lien to have sitting on top of your head. Imagine having $1 million lien on top of your head, how bad that would be. Oh man, we could freeze all your banking accounts, all that goody two-shoe stuff, yeah, everything. So this is a certified right here. That's my number right there. So anytime we show off labels, you see, they're dummy labels. When we did the, like I said, Black Series edition, those were all dummy labels until we got the copyrights completed, got that little C that they said we can use now, and now all our labels have copyrights on them. But anything you see like the Sugar Plum Fairy and all them, they're dummy labels. Told you that in videos. I got videos backing up everything that I say and everything that I do. Jamie found out the hard way that you don't mess with copyrights, but it's going to get worse than that for him because, again, one copyright infringement lawsuit digs up other ones. And again, Frankenstein, yeah, it's going to be a problem because that's definitely going to be brought up in court. So look, he has a history of this. He ripped off the company, or whoever basically owns the rights. I think it's Universal Studios now. Frankenstein, he made money off him, didn't pay him a dime. And what they're going to do is, because now that's going to be another part of the case, they got to go in and launch an investigation, also to contact them and let them know that somebody ripped them off and basically use their name without paying them any money. And they're going to contact you because they're going to have your information because we got your information. And an attorney's going to contact you and tell me you owe us money. You have to pay us back this money. They might even request some jail time in that because you can get in trouble for this, a lot of trouble. It's your first time offense, of course, you get probation. But then how that's going to work when you go to court with us and we take you to court for criminal charges and everything else under the sun, and the judge is going to look up if you have any previous convictions, and he says, what the freak? You're being sued for 2 different versions of copyrights, which will run for the Black Series edition. He's being sued for the one for the Crystal Edge. That's one that was served to him already. Then turn around, you have criminal charges coming. Man, they're going to lock you up. Someone's going to have to post bail. How can you post bail when you got lawsuits sitting on top of you? Where you get the money from? You have to borrow from somebody. That's what's going to happen. And if you can't get the money on time, then what's going to do? They're going to process you and take you upstate. So that's what he got himself into. All this for jealousy of our products. Man, when you first met me, when you first popped into my YouTube channel with Jamie, when you first popped into my YouTube channel, and you asked me, did I want to, would I give you my ingredients? And I told you no, we sell this. You should have left it alone. Should have just went about your business. No one would have heard of you. At the end of the day, this little feud back and forth would have never existed, and everybody would have been happy at the end of the day. But no, you continue down the road and look at the outcome for you. Massive lawsuits, jail time, post office fraud. Whew. And Danny, on the other hand, man, and you keep going down this road, you're going to end up in the same situation, or you are in the same situation, I'm sorry, because if you're sitting there right now, you in Silent Wake 5, I think at the end of the day, I can't track your whereabouts, I will hire people to track you down. You're showing up in court. kicking and screaming, you're going to be in there. You have my word on this. I don't care how much money it costs me, how much money I got to pull out of these contracts to get it done. You will be in court. Just like Jamie, I told you at the end of the day, I'll be at your front door to serve you. I'm not joking with you, buddy. I'm going to come to your door as many times as I want with as many process servers as I need to draw you into court for every single thing you did. And feel free, gentlemen, to file lawsuits against me, but you have nothing at all. The reason why you can't file a lawsuit and fear that basically we would show sensitive information showing that you have violated us in every freaking way you could think of that would basically conjure up a lawsuit right there in the middle of court, and you don't even want that. So therefore, your threats mean nothing to me at the end of the day. But mine's not a threat. Mine's an actual promise. And we proved it already by serving Jamie. He's the first one. When we get done with him, I guarantee you that anybody who basically even tarnish my company's name, we will use him as an example of what will happen to you. There you go. He's going to be used as an example. Why I think the rest of them are running scared, delete an entire YouTube channel, all your videos. Scared. But you open up that Pandora's box. We give you plenty of time. We gave you plenty of time. I think I've been more than patient. Anybody else would have basically sued him by now. But I've been more than patient. But as for your products, and you guys are very unprofessional, yeah, I got to add Jamie's name to this. Because usually if I dig up one, I dig up the other one. Because the reason why Jamie got involved when I was talking, because I don't like to say something and not back it up. This is why the videos go on for too long, because again, I back it up. I'm not going to come in there and say someone's product is fake and phony without testing it first. I'm not going to basically go in there and tamper with their products and slam them and say, hey, this is a scam. I got to test it first. I got to find out. But you guys never gave me that opportunity. You took my product and you went in and mixed it with black paint and claimed my product came up that way. Jane, when we go to court for that, I am going to sue the living daylights out of you for that one. I'm asking for way more than $1 million. We know you don't got it. I'm going to bury you in so much debt you would have to die 60 times over even to break even. I'm going to crush you in that. You have no idea what's coming. It is going to be bad. And for those who sit there and say, but you're supposed to be a Christian, you're supposed to be forgiving. 5 years, people. 5 years this fellow had at the end of the day to turn around and go in a different direction. Even God had, I'm not calling myself God, never will, but even God at one point runs out of patience. You heard of Noah and the ark, right? Okay, then. He gets tired after a while. And 5 years of this guy doing every dirty thing you could possibly think of. Every dirty thing you could possibly think of. And I just kept turning the other cheek and turning the other cheek. Well, no more. No more for either one of y'all. We're coming for you, so you know that. I don't care where you hide, where you go. We are coming for you. If you move, I still will find you. So you understand this. You better be living off-grid somewhere with no freaking credit cards, no paper trail, no connection to society, because I will find you. You have my promise on this. You see the time and dedication and hard work that I put in to build my company? That's the same kind of time I'm going to give you on finding you, tracking you, and prosecuting you. And I don't care how much money it costs me. Because you have to learn at the end of the day, you have to treat people right. That you can't do anything you want to do at the end of the day and just slander people for no reason whatsoever. When I come in and do this, I do this to fight and defend my company. When they do it to basically destroy what I built. For those people that are confused by this and say, well, why is it back and forth? It's not a back and forth thing. It's me proving them wrong. It's them getting angry and not backing their products and slandering me. I don't even know who the freak Danny was. I didn't even know who he was. Like, who the freak is Danny? Like, who is this guy? He just jumped on Crow's bandwagon and started slamming me and calling me all kinds of nasty names. We don't even know who he was. Matthew, I was really surprised at that. That's the first customer I got to file a lawsuit against. Breaks my heart to do that, but I got to do it. I got to sue this guy at the end of the day. He did something he shouldn't have did. And you gentlemen, at the end of the day, you know, you do some really disrespectful stuff, man. Solid Wake 5. Man, you sat there and did a fake unboxing on my products, and you guys get in this little huddle and you laugh and giggle about it because you think it's funny. Well, it's not funny now. Jamie got served, and now the rest of you will run around your chicken with your heads cut off, deleting stuff, thinking that, okay, if we delete enough stuff, you can't catch us. Oh, I got enough on you, trust me. I've been collecting. I got enough. I got enough to prosecute you. So if you move, I'm going to track you down. So you understand that. There is no place on this planet you can go. I'm going to find you and prosecute you, so you know this. All right, Jamie. Next month, maybe not next month, but 2 months from now, you'll be getting some more documents. I'll be coming to your front door. We're going to be suing you for my copyrights for the touching my Black Series edition. And you basically took that and put it on your website and put scammer on it. That's what you did. And I didn't give you the rights to do that. So I'll be filing another lawsuit. But this won't be going to small claims. This will be going to civil court because I want $1 million out of you. I know you ain't got it. We know they don't got it. For people sit there and say, but they don't got it. We know we don't got it. We want to stack them in liens. That's what we're going to do. Stack them in liens. Now, I will do one thing, and I will request from the courts. I will request from the courts that this can only carry over to the spouse. The kids are not involved in this lawsuit at all, period. I do not want them picking up the debt of their fathers at the end of the day. Reason why we carry it over to the wife is because she's going to be hit with it anyway, regardless. Because again, they marry someone, they do dumb stuff, both y'all can be hit with the same lawsuit. And this is going to put some strain on your relationship because this could basically come with divorces in the end. Because again, you know, I'm trusting my husband or my wife at the end of the day to be out there doing these YouTube videos and they're getting in trouble like this and I'm going to lose money because you did what? Wait, I'm involved because of what? No. That, you know, no, that's it. Let's see how strong your love is at the end of the day. But as for your kids, we feel, and I'm going to make it clear to the judge, we do not want these lawsuits carrying over to them because sometimes they can pass away, next of kin can get hit with it. We don't want this happening. They got nothing to do with it. This is on the idiots. All right, gentlemen. You know, gentlemen, you're lucky because most people wouldn't do that. You know that. Most people would hit all of you and not even care about it at the end of the day. They just wouldn't really care. But at the end of the day, I think your kids, if you have them, should have a fighting chance to go out there and do something better with their lives than being basically smothered in debt by the mistakes that their parents have made. My goodness. I can understand the women are going to sit there and say, well, why are we being hit with it? Well, you married it at the end of the day. And then, truthfully, you knew what they were doing. You had to know what they were doing. You had to know what the repercussions were. And then you didn't talk them out of it. And you're just as well as responsible in it. And that's what it is. All right. Well, let's see. That's basically about it. You know, if anyone wants to sit there and say, well, Mr. Bird, what you did was not professional. Oh, it is professional. It's very professional. I got attorneys involved in this. That's why Jamie got served. I know where Jamie lives at. If it wasn't professional, I could have made a phone call. That's not professional. I could have had this handled a long time ago. A long time ago, I could have had this taken care of on an unprofessional level. But I'm not that person at the end of the day. I believe in doing things by the book. And if I'm going to come out here and say something about somebody, I am going to show you that I can back up everything that I can say because no one can call me a liar. I can back it up. And I do things professionally because anyone's going to come at my company, I'm going to expose you for what you are because I can back my product up in court. Any courtroom you take me in, I can paint a screen down and back it up 100%. I can go anywhere and back my product. They can't do that. So if I'm going to come out here, I'm going to be professional. I could call them all kinds of names. I could have basically had a field day with this. But no, I come out here and explain to you why and this, that, and the other. Everything I say, I back it up with facts. Do it by the book. And what do I say at the end? I'm going to come get you. And when I say I'm going to come get you, we're going to have attorneys involved in this. We're going to bring you into court. We're going to prosecute you. We're going to do this the way it's supposed to be done. I didn't say that I'm going to hunt you guys down and we're going to come in there to these military crews and kick down your door and freaking throw flash grenades in there and blah, blah, blah. I didn't say anything like that at all, period. These guys have sent threats to me, and I didn't say anything like that. I said about bringing you into court and prosecuting you. That's what I want to do. So it's not a threat. It's a promise, gentlemen. That's a professional way of doing things. Okay, well, that's basically about it. I got work to do. I got the sun's up pretty good. But I still didn't get a chance to see what I need to test. What I need to test. I'm going to swap this out, take this projector, put it over here, put the screen over here, do this demonstration for these glass projection screens that I'm working on. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait, let me check out something real quick while we're over there. I bet you got a timeout in there too on this. I know I got a timeout. I got to refresh on this. All right, I know I got to refresh. Can I have to go back or do I have to start over from the link? Yeah. All right, that works. Let me see. Are we in a right keyboard or are we in a right keyboard? I'm gonna buy you a mockingbird. Let me see. Let's go with the all right, and it dozens of ink pens, can't find one. Whew. Let's see. I can understand why people, I used to do it myself, but I understand why people buy, when you really think about the theory of it all, why people buy ice cream when it gets hot. Because you know it's dairy in there, right? You know that stuff does that. I mean, it's a great treat and all, but in the aftermath is the reason why your throat feels like you're swallowing lava, cold lava at that, because you just getting an ice pop or basically some Rita's water ice, which I wish we don't have around here. We literally just realized that. Where's okay, that's an idea right there on its own. There's no freaking water ice stands around here. Philly got them all over the place. You can't go anywhere in Philly without bumping into a Rita's. Let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I forgot. I got a buddy who does that stuff at that day. I'm gonna call him today. I need him to do me a favor. All right. Let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe you got one, I don't know. I'm sure. Have a look here. The reason why I did that, because when you file for an LLC, we went to LegalZoom to get ours. When you file for an LLC, one of the things they request in there is some copyrights. They do request them. Documentations for a copyright registration number. That's what it'll request for. Just out of curiosity. All right, people, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.